Sounds perfect, looks perfect. Best of luck, everybody. Please do welcome Paola to the stage. Drop a hello and a round of applause into the chat room. Paola, I will drop out now. It does look like you're connected through with no issues, so you will have control over the presentation. Just hop on and join. Any problems, I'm in the background, so do not worry. But best of luck, and we will see you shortly.
Great, thank you, Stephen. And thank you all for having me today. I would like to start with some news from the World Economic Forum. They have published recently a report about the top 10 skills for 2025. They state that skills such as analytical thinking, complex problem solving, innovation, and creativity are fundamental for individuals and companies to survive and adapt to constant changes. Design thinkers use all these skills for solving problems creatively from a human perspective. In this talk, I will talk you through our journey using design to embed some of these skills at Lloyds Banking Group. My name is Paola Miani. I'm Peruvian. This is a photo from my last visit there. I joined the bank 4 years ago as the head of design strategy. And after 2 years, I became the head of design culture. Both roles were very new to the bank, and they are also very new to the industry. I feel so privileged to do what I love and love what I do. I've been passionate about design and its impact in business and society since the beginning of my career 20 years ago. My experience includes different design disciplines such as visual design, interaction design, design research, design strategy, service design, as well as related disciplines such as customer experience, marketing, lean startup, agile, and coaching. Now, let me introduce you to Lloyds Banking Group. Lloyds Banking Group has been servicing customers for more than 300 years through a huge range of financial products and brands. We are the UK's largest digital bank. In retail only, we have 30 million retail customers, which is nearly as much as half of the British population. So imagine the impact on everything that we do. 17 million of them engage with us via digital channels, and this number is growing every day. Our purpose is to help Britain prosper. We help people, businesses, and communities to overcome their difficulties and support them throughout their journey. Addressing some of the social, economic, and environmental challenges facing the UK is the foundation of our Helping Britain Prosper plan. As I said, we're a big organization with 300 years all in the market. However, the world is changing at a speed. We need to develop the skills needed to adapt quickly and deal with uncertainty. We have to become more agile and more customer-centered if we want to survive. This journey started a few years ago when we reorganized our business units to transform end-to-end journeys and to become more customer-centered. The design-led approach comes to help the bank to humanize processes, develop new mindsets, and empathize with people, not only our customers, but also colleagues and stakeholders, by collaborating, experimenting, and learning from continuous feedback. Design not only helps organizations to transform and adapt to changes, companies that excel at design grow revenues and shareholder returns at nearly twice the rate of their industry peers, according to McKinsey. So, what's our story so far? When I joined in 2016, design was used for execution only, for production when the decisions were made. Designers just needed to ship them. In 2018, the group hired our first Chief Design Officer. For the first time, design had a seat at the table. This was a huge statement about the value of design for transforming it. The new design team grouped various different design disciplines together, becoming a team of more than 350 designers. We embed design leaders at all levels of the organization so they can work together with product owners and engineering leads. Of course, not all product owners were prepared to understand this role and why they need it. It was tough and still is. It's great to have a seat at the table, but changing the culture is a completely different challenge. In the past 5 years, the number of companies recruiting for senior designer roles have doubled, and yet 90% of companies are not reaching the full potential of design, according to McKinsey. And why is that? Well, it's because it's bloody hard. Change is hard for everyone. Our human brain doesn't like change. We are wired to go back to what is familiar to us. We feel secure in a space that we can control. But we can change that. I would like to clarify what I mean when I say design. Design is about people. It's not a competition with an engineering-led culture or a data-driven culture. It's how we work together to solve problems and deliver value. At Lloyd's, design, it's completely working collaboratively with data, coming from our services in our database, as well as from customer research. Part of the design strategy to embed design was to set up a design culture team, which is what I lead today. The design culture team emerged as a need to keep our designers inspired and motivated, to help them to grow and develop in an environment where they can thrive. Our designers act as catalysts of change within their teams, putting their customer at the center of what they do. Our 3 key objectives are develop a thriving design community, help designers to grow and develop, embed a design mindset in the organization. So how did we go about it? Well, the only way that we know. We approach every challenge as a design challenge. We started by understanding the needs of our stakeholders and designers with interviews. We co-create solutions and iterate ideas based on their feedback. Designers are distributed across business units, working with multidisciplinary teams. This could feel very isolating. We also have a design center of excellence, where my team belongs to. We needed designers to come back to the center to feel inspired and supported. There are a few things that we did to develop the community. We needed to start by aligning our team on what we believe and what we stand for. So the first thing that we did was to align the design team purpose with the group purpose. Our team purpose is to design for prosperity, but we need to deconstruct the meaning of prosperity. What does that mean for our customers? We did ethnographic research with more than 100 customers across UK to find that out. We came up with a manifesto which explains what prosperity means so we can align to it. We also co-created our values, which align with the group values and behaviors. They are clarity, compassion, connection, courage, and craft. My team organizes weekly and quarterly events to bring the team together. Dan and senior leaders share their updates there. We celebrate successes and get inspired with internal and external speakers. We capture feedback regularly and co-create with designers how these sessions can improve to be more impactful and meaningful. We created guilds for each design discipline so people with similar interests can get together, share knowledge and their work. as well as a definition of what good looks like for each discipline. We have traditional disciplines such as service design, design strategy, design research, as well as interaction design, visual design, conversation design. But we also have incorporated recently other key disciplines such as business design, data science, and responsible business. The guilds are key for people to deepen and widen their design skills. It's critical for designers to become more rounded so they can support their agile teams throughout the design process, but also to be able to explain why and when a specialist is needed. My team support and guide the guild leads to mature as a community. Guild leads organize monthly events where they share their knowledge, discuss new tools and challenges, and share their work. One important skill to learn to become more rounded is to develop business empathy. We all designers are passionate about the customer, but if we want to sit in the table, we also need to be passionate about the business. Talk to your stakeholders. Learn what keeps us awake at night, how they measure success. What's the business strategy? Is it to acquire new customers, develop new markets, differentiate from competitors? Be curious, ask why, be open to learn, and be humble. It's the only way to build trust. This is what our design leaders have been doing in the last 2 years, developing relationships with their PO by showing how design can help them to achieve their goals. The third team objective is to embed the design thinking mindset in the organization. We're doing this by training everyone in design thinking, embedding design in our ways of working, and demonstrating the value of design. So far, we have trained more than 3,000 colleagues since we started design thinking training in 2016, because we believe that anyone can be a design thinker. We started by training our designers to have a common language when talking about design. We trained them in the double diamond approach and some key design tools. We started with a couple of senior designers doing the 2-day training sessions, me and Martin Dawson. Then we started training other colleagues interested in the topic. We developed partnership with the capability team to promote the course. We targeted to product owners, agile coaches, and similar roles. But after a few sessions with very low attendance, we decided to change the approach and train teams instead of individuals. And the impact then was huge. The whole team were able to work on their challenge, understand their problem better, empathize with the user that they're designing for, co-create solutions, and so on. They gave us great feedback because they found purpose in their work and motivation, as well as learning a new way of doing things and putting customer first. Other teams outside group transformation became interested too. And now we're developing an online training course for the whole group that we're hoping to deliver in 2021. Teams wanted to start using the design thinking approach. However, the method they have to follow didn't match with it. We needed a common language to avoid confusing people. We developed a partnership with the method and tooling team to start embedding design in how teams should deliver their work. Design and Agile share similar mindsets. We just needed to align them and explain similarities and differences and ensure design was not only used to deliver, but also to identify the right problem to solve and potential opportunities. This process takes time, but at least the two teams are aligned now in the vision of creating a unified language to help us to deliver value to customer and the business. In the last 2 years, designers and design leaders have been working with their teams to deliver value and impact. However, it's difficult to share those stories and make them accessible across the group. Also, design is difficult to measure as it's embedded in the results of the team's work. Design doesn't achieve outcomes in isolation. We started to capture those stories through conversations with the product owners and design leads. The best way to tell a story about our impact is through the product owners, as they can explain the business impact and the impact that this is having in the ways of working. We are using storytelling to communicate results. We weave together the hard results, the numbers, with the impact that they had on customers to develop empathy. We are translating metrics back to human impact. Instead of churn rate, for example, we can talk about how the company lost X number of customers last month. So today I have shared some of the things we are working on within the design culture team. We're in a journey and we're exploring ways to get there using design thinking every day. As designers, we're passionate about making the world a better place and delivering meaningful solutions to improve people's lives. However, to change a culture, design is not enough. We need to develop new skills and behaviors actively. And this is what I've learned. Start by understanding what matters to the business, to your colleagues and stakeholders. Help them to solve problems so they can see and experience the value of the design approach. Identify small projects where you can get involved and bring the team in the journey with you. And experiment, be courageous. Fail is part of the process. Feel comfortable with it. Be patient. Cultural change doesn't happen in months. It can take years. So you need to develop your resilience and celebrate successes. Every little step counts. The only constant is change. Accept that organizations will change their priorities, their company structure, their leaders, their budgets. Learn to adapt, but also learn what are your limits and when to move on. And above all, never stop dreaming, because you can make a difference. Take action, find allies who believe in what you believe, because to climb a mountain, we just need to start with the first step. Thank you.